So I'm Giles Goodhead, one of the Art in a Box artists. I guess I don't watch TV like regular people. I watch a lot of TV at super high speed. Soccer crowds and people like my friend Bill O'Reilly here, infomercials, soap operas, whatever. And I find the perfect freeze frame and then take a picture of it. And then I tend to chop them up into little pieces and reassemble them as kind of mosaics. And I don't know what it means, but I think that we see a lot of the world these days through screens, mobile phones, TVs, computers. It's kind of this window between us and the world, and I'm trying to chop it all up and figure out where's the human emotion in what's going on. And maybe he's an angry guy, maybe he's well-meaning, I don't know, but that's where my work's going at the moment, finding the human out of the screens. Well, I started with sports. I was really interested in the crowds that are in the back of the screen, and there are people kind of going, ah, and exultation, there's a lot going on. And those were big emotions, and now what I'm getting into is looking at things like these talking heads, where it's a much more constrained environment. But there's still a lot of oomph there, and I guess I'm trying to find the energy. And when it feels right to me, that's the print I make. I think I've been working in this style for a couple of years now. I just stumbled into it by pointing a camera at a TV one day, and I realized there's some quite interesting optical effects you get, these moire effects and pixels. And so I've got obsessive about it, and I kind of can do an hour or so of this high-speed watching pretty much every day, and finding the prints that work for me. The biggest print I've done so far of these screen works has been 4 foot by 6, and at that scale they really start to disintegrate into little blobs into the little pixels, the individual pixels. And then this would be the small size. So we've gone from 4 by 6 inches to 4 by 6 feet. I don't know how much bigger or smaller it could be. It'd be fun to experiment. Well, in a way, these things are scalable. They can be any size. I've done pretty big ones, and you see the individual pixels very exploded. So when they're smaller, it's just a more compact experience, and I'm thinking that what might be fun is to start to have multiples here. I could almost imagine a little cartoon strip of these people. But there's no end of TV being made, so I have a lot of raw material to work from. I guess my first place was sport with this, and I was interested in soccer because I'm a soccer nut, but I think there's a lot of other interesting sports, like the wrestling, for instance, where the crowds get so into the experience. It's a very manufactured experience, these theatrical wrestling matches, so I'm interested to explore that. I think that the shopping channels could be fun because there's a lot of cool stuff on the screen with the labels and how many minutes are left and that kind of urging you to buy and consume. And then I think televangelists could be great as well because there's so much emotion on display there with, sometimes they're crying and touching people and the giant crowds. I like the crowds, I think.